What were you hoping to work on? What were you hoping to get out of the practices that you guys have had?
Just working to get more consistent and work to get those kickoffs back in the end zone and not have a chance for somebody to run it back and, try and win jobs. And yeah.
Hey, Cory, this is Wyatt Sparkman from the College Heights Herald. How's it having some kind of competition there with Brayden this spring, just to have some competition there to help you go through this spring practice?
Yeah, it's always great to have some competition, keep each other on each other's toes, and it basically just gets us better and gets us to that next level.
Cory, you took on that role of the kind of the kickoff specialist last year. I guess, what did you learn, about that role, and I guess how to go about it better, heading into this year, from the 12 games last year, I guess?
Yeah, I took it and went with it. Love running down there and trying to make a tackle with the team. And, that was my job last year. So I stepped up and had to complete that one, and we'll see what this next season brings.
I know John's back. Haggerty, he's one of the older guys on the team, back for another year. I guess, what's it like having a guy with his maturity, his experience, as on the special teams unit?
Yeah, it's always good to have an old guy that can lead you the way and, show us, keep us on the right track and just keep us moving in the right direction.
Hey, Cory, what have you seen from the kickoff unit just as a whole going in the spring?
Well, we haven't really done too much on kickoff, but just done little drills to work on little techniques, and I think we're going to be a sharp unit again.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Cory.
Thank you, Cory.
Thanks, Cory. You're good, man. If you want to get out.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, John? How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. You ready to roll?
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. This is Jared McDonald with the Daily News here in Bowling Green. Back for another year, I guess, heading into this spring now, what are you hoping to work on, after having the last 2 seasons here at Western?
The main thing for me is just focusing on my body. My knees were a big issue last year, trying to stay healthy. So the coaches sort of just gave me the leeway to strengthen up my body and not worry too much about the punting, just focusing now on just getting my body right.
Hey, John, how is the chemistry coming along with the long snapper? Because that's such an important part of the punting game. Just how is that chemistry coming along right now?
It's really good. We work really hard at it. We're out here an hour prior to everyone else, getting work in, and we'll continue that through the summer. That's where we get the most reps in, so that's going to continue to improve. So it's going really well right now.
With the whole, I guess, COVID shutdown and everything else, I know you guys had the season last year, but going through that, I guess, and then having the season, what was that like for you, being so far away from where you're from originally?
Yeah, it was hard. Honestly, it was tough. I had just come off a knee surgery. I was in a straight leg brace when, everything got shut down. So, and I had originally planned to go home that May. Coach Helton gave me basically 2 months off to go back and see my family and all that. And then they came up to me and they were like, look, we can't risk having you get stuck there. So you're gonna have to change your flights or, so I didn't get to go home. So it's going to be, by the time I get home, it's going to be 3 years here. So looking forward to getting back, I'd say that much.
So do you have plans to head back home then at some point?
Not this year. I will probably after Christmas maybe, or after Pro Day, seeing, how this season plays out.
I know you've had some big booming punts, and I saw you said you're working on your body. I'm not as much concerned on the punts, but in terms of distance and stuff, I guess, how are you feeling right now?
To be honest with you, I feel probably the best I've felt since I've been here. I didn't punt from the bowl up until the first spring practice. So, I came out and I felt really good. The body feels really good. Balls seem like they're flying better, flying higher, flying further. So, I feel the best I've felt since I've been here.
Hey, John, it's Wyatt again. How you made two consecutive all-conference teams the last couple of years. What is kind of that expectation going into 2021 and going into the spring game?
I'm not really sure. The coaches don't really put too much on me. I'm my own harshest critic always. So I hold myself to a high standard. So, we're going to try and do whatever we can to help this team. And spring ball is just a bit of fun. It's really punting on air. So just go out there and have a bit of fun.
You get a unique perspective with Cory and Brayden. Brayden was so consistent last year kicking the ball. In terms of a competition there between those two this spring, I guess, what have you noticed from those two?
To be honest with you, it's been close. It's been very close. Same as last fall. I thought fall was very close as well. That's all up to the coaching staff as well. But so far, everyone's basically been 100%. So it's going to be hard to pick a kicker there.
So what are your goals and what are you trying to get done in these few weeks?
Yeah, it is my first spring here, and it's a little bit different from kind of springs that I've had. When I was in Iowa, we were in the indoor the whole time, so being outside is really nice. Just goals are just to get better. That's plain and simple. Just get stronger, basically in the weight room, and then just kind of work on my technique and make sure that everything's refined going into the summer and going into fall camp and all that stuff, and just making sure cleaning up everything that wasn't necessarily there last season. So.
Hey, Brayden, it's Jeff Lightsey from WBKU. You had a really good season last year, but we talked to Cory earlier, and there's still a competition. So just kind of tell me how that's going and what are your expectations for yourself, going into the fall?
Yeah, it's always a competition in the sport, and you can either embrace it and run at it head on, or you can, shy away from it. I have a lot of aspirations to go play in the National Football League. So, if I think I can escape here and not compete, well, there's going to be some news once I get to the next level. I got to compete against guys who are, trying to pay for their family, trying to, support their family. So yeah, it's been good. He's pushing me, I'm pushing him, and it allows us both to get, better, which is, in the end, all you can ask for. It's kind of a blessing that, to be able to compete against someone like Cory, because Cory is extremely talented. And so it just makes me, have to be that much better and on top of my game. So.
Hey, Brayden, this is Wyatt Sparkman from the College Heights Herald. You, like you said, you went to Iowa State and you played mostly indoors during the spring. What's kind of the difference between the indoor grass and the outside grass and kicking outside and indoors?
Here it's not necessarily the grass. It's just more the, you have uprights instead of a net that's, taped. Just a little bit more of a game-like feel, I think. Just being able to, especially it's super nice that we get to practice all the time on our game field. So, come game day, it feels extremely comfortable. But besides that, yeah, there's not much different. So.
Hey, Brayden, this is Jared again. When we talked to you in November, you said at the beginning of last season, you were probably pretty comfortable inside 62 yards. And as the season went on, very comfortable inside 57. I think you hit a 58-yarder in high school. I think your long here has been 53 so far. I guess, where would you say your range is, now, or where would you like it to be, by the time the season starts?
I'd like to be able to maintain it. That's my goal. Whatever it is, whether it's 55 yards, whether it's 57 yards, whether it's 65 yards. I'm not exactly sure what it is right now. It just changes, especially with the weather and everything. But just being able to, whatever it is, maintain it, right? So make sure that, I'm doing my due diligence and the training room and stretching and eating right. That way, once I'm out there, nothing changes throughout the season. Because like last year, I did feel comfortable with like 60, 62 yards. And towards the end of the season, I was being a little generous saying 57. But, once you get down the season, my leg got a little bit tired and a little bit, I overkicked too much starting in fall camp. So that's the big thing. If I was going to say one thing for this off season is just limiting my reps, making sure that my reps are quality as opposed to quantity. So,
Having Matt and John back, how much more comfortable does that make you back there?
it makes me a lot more comfortable. Matt and John are two veteran guys that have been through it. Matt, was at Michigan for a few years, and John's like 35 years old. So it helps definitely having them back. Because they make me better. They make me comfortable. I've been with them. I know how they act, how they approach practice, and how they approach games. And it just makes it that much more comfortable for me to go out and do my piece. when, you know, you have two guys, especially two guys that did it last year for me. So